Hey guys, welcome back to another video. As usual, it's me Ivan, and today we'll be talking about a watch from a brand that's never been featured on the channel before, Baltany. And this is their Explorer Homage with a coffee brown dial, which looks even better in person. On top of that, this model is superbly well built, and it comes with a very attractive price tag. Usually I would talk about the price first, but since it's on the thumbnail, I'll leave it for later and I'll start with the dimensions instead. Guys, this Baltany has a case diameter of 39mm, a fairly short lug-to-lug of 47, and the thickness of just 10.2mm. Finally, the space between the lugs is 20mm. As you can guess, a watch with such set of dimensions will wear nicely on pretty much any wrist. For reference, here it is on mine, which, as most of you already know, is 17 centimeters or 6.7 inches in circumference. And I'm very impressed. The watch looks stunning, it feels comfortable, and it has a very decent weight to it, 133 grams with 3 links removed. Perhaps you can get a better idea about the dimensions if I do a quick comparison with a couple of other watches. Here it is next to my Seiko Alpinist on a strap called Bracelet. On paper, both watches are almost identical, especially the case diameter and the lug-to-lug. However, the Baltany is thinner and it wears noticeably smaller on the wrist. And then I also have here my Venezianico Ultra Black, which has a case diameter of 40mm. It's also a couple of millimeters thicker, and even though the difference in case diameter is just 1mm, the Baltany is visibly more compact, and you can definitely feel that difference on the wrist. So guys, if you're looking for an affordable everyday option under 40mm, this Baltany might be right for you. Next, let's have a quick word about the design and the overall build quality. It's very obvious that this Baltany is an homage of the Rolex Explorer, which explains why it looks so familiar, especially when you look at the dial, and that's why I don't have much more to say about it. As far as the build quality goes, with this one you get a stainless steel case with rounded flanks and a mirror-like finish. Only the top of the lugs are brushed, and I really hope you can appreciate from this close-up footage how nice the finishing of this watch is. Here you can also see that Baltany has opted for a top hat sapphire crystal, which I'm a very big fan of. And then there is the screw-in crown, which together with the screw-down case back is the reason why this watch is water-resistant to 200 meters. And in case somebody is wondering, the build quality and the finishing of this Baltany are very close, if not the same, to St. Martin watches. The quality of the bracelet is also very good and it's nicely machined. It's really worth mentioning that the end links are female, so you do get a true lug-to-lug of 47mm, which means that even if your wrist is smaller than mine, wearability shouldn't be a problem. By the way, all the links are solid and the finishing, as you can see, is very nice and consistent as well. And since most of my watches have fully brushed bracelets, I really don't mind the added blink of the polished center links. Finally, here's what the clasp looks like. It may not be full size, but it's milled and it comes with 3 micro adjustment points. Overall guys, the bracelet is very nice, but if you prefer a different look, you can always replace it with a strap of your choice. Now let's have a look at this beautiful sunburst coffee brown dial. Well guys, the color is subject to discussion. According to Baltany, it's amber enamel, while other people describe it as chocolate brown, but truth to be told, it doesn't matter. What's important is that it looks absolutely fantastic, and I really like this 369 layout. It's also very well executed, and I can't see any imperfections. Then the Mercedes style handset is very well finished, and so are the applied indices. Next, there is a printed minute track, as well as a printed branding, and they both look very sharp. Finally, the lack of date is a big plus for me, as I can't be bothered setting it, but besides that, it makes the dial look perfectly symmetrical. I would like to add here that I've never owned a watch with a brown dial, but after seeing this one, I really think we need more brands that offer this color as an option. Before we move on to the movement, I want to show you what the lume looks like. I believe it's Super Luminova Old Radium, and as you can see, it's quite bright. It's also very evenly applied, and those 3, 6 and 9 indices really help with reading the time in the dark. As far as the movement goes, you've got two options. The first one is the Seiko NH38, which is the one I got. It's the no-date version of the NH35, so once you unscrew the crown and pull it out, you hack the seconds and there is no gold date position. Guys, one thing that I really need to mention here is how solid and sturdy the crown stem feels. There is literally no wiggle when you manipulate the crown, and then the winding feels too nice for a Seiko movement. So once again, I'm very impressed with the build quality of this watch, and I'm also getting a very good accuracy out of it, plus 7 seconds a day. On the other hand, if you want to take a break from the Seiko NH movements, you may consider the pricier option, which comes with Sellita SW200. It is $150 more than the NH38 model, but the total price is still very attractive, $369 versus $229. Plus, there is also a discount code that you can use to get $6 off, which is better than nothing. And of course, I've left all the information that you need in the description down below. Long story short, this Baltany is great value for money. The coffee brown dial is surprisingly pleasing in person, while the build quality is exceptional for a watch under $500. It may not feature an original design, but it's a nice design nonetheless, and if you're okay with that, you would definitely enjoy wearing it. In addition, you may want to visit their website and have a look at their catalog, because there are a few other pieces that I find very interesting. For instance, this retro diver is one of their newer releases, and I especially like it in blue. The specs are the same as the Explorer Homage that we just saw, and it even has the same price. I would also like to recommend that you have a look at their military-inspired designs. There are quite a few that I like, especially some of their chronographs. They are great value for money as well, as they feature Seiko VK Make Quartz movements in compact cases of 39mm for less than $160, which is not bad at all. I mean, keep in mind that similarly spec'd chronographs from Seiko will cost you double the price, and they won't come with a sapphire crystal. So yeah, definitely check Baltany's website, as the brand has given me a very solid first impression. They don't have a huge variety of models, but if you find something that you like, I promise you'll be very pleasantly surprised with the quality. And now I want to remind you that I'm giving away a Casio with a Tiffany blue dial, so if you want to have a chance at winning it, go to my previous video and follow the instructions, which are very simple. That's all for today, guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.